Welcome to sketch challenge number 2 for Pixi Dust Designs. So for today we have a really fun beach inspired card using the new summer accessories for the vintage truck dies. Now I don't have the vintage truck, but I was able to use the accessory dies to make this card. So I'm starting off with Cummerbund ink and the Tailored Expressions cloud die, getting just a little bit of a background for myself. And as you can see in the upper left, I had everything cut out. So now I am doing my side border, which is part of the sketch. And for the more aqua blue, I used the slimline die set from Pixi Dust Designs, and then just cut a rectangle. And then for the circle pieces, the scallop is from Lawn Fun, the circle is from MFT. And so now I'm making the umbrella. And so for the umbrella, I had the aqua paper, but I used Coral Cabana from Catherine Pooler to get that coral ink. And I used it also to create the strap on the, or the handle on the purse. I'll use it for the flowers that are on the card. So it's a really pretty coral color. And that was just, I used direct to paper with the ink pad and then die cut everything out. So arranging the leaves the way I want them, and that's bonsai cardstock from Cut Cardstock. And love that pattern. I love the blues and the aquas and everything together. I think with the pops of coral, those are so pretty together. So getting all of that glued together. And it takes a second. Those leaves are very detailed and very thin. Thank heavens for the tweezers. So getting it adhered. The strip is a little bit longer than the card, so I just trim off the edges once I have it placed on the card the way I want it. So if you haven't heard, Pixi Dust is doing sketch challenges every month. It'll be the 3rd or 4th week of the month that the sketch challenge will come out. And the design, or the sketch, will be posted on our VIP Facebook page. And it'll be in a format where you can just print it out and keep it in a folder or a notebook or whatever, so that you have the inspiration at your fingertips. And you can post what you create for our challenge as well on the VIP Facebook page of Pixi Dust Designs. And we'd really love to see what you make and what inspires you. So we're just getting it started. We'll see, like, it's only sketch number 2. We'll see how it goes and if we can do other things with the challenge as well. But right now we're just getting it started. So I'm making the beach ball, and I ended up not liking the coral and the blue on the card. I think the beach ball looks cute. I saved it for another project, but I decided I want a white beach ball to match the bag. I guess it's natural. I'm using Pop Tone Natural cardstock. So again, did some ink to paper, and I'm going to use the die to cut out these sections of the beach ball. So this went so quick. I mean, with the die cutting and everything, I mean, I think I was 30 minutes all in on this card, and I love it. And I've got some friends that are going to Greece, so I'm going to send that to them with a little bit of euros so that they can have a good time. So arranging the title, and for some reason it was sticking to my fingers, but it says Bon Voyage, and that's from the Concorda 9th Plain Amazing stamp set. So getting my anti-static powder down, using a Versamark ink to stamp, and then I'll use some white Wow embossing powder to emboss on that. I have had that jar for 6 years, no lie, and it's still almost to the top. It lasts forever. Wow embossing powders are some of my favorite. So anyway, gonna get the sentiment done, and I'm gonna cut it way down. So I like my sentiments to be really close to the edge of the letters, so I'll get it trimmed down. So adhering the spot for my focal images and adhering my border strip, you know, this would be a really good layout for a scrapbook page as well. If that was something you're interested in, of course you'd have to make it bigger, but this layout would work really well on a scrapbook page. And then getting my images on there. And I just really like how the circle grounds the images. That bag is everything. I would love that bag. So we'll let everything dry, cut down the image, get that attached onto my card. And then I did fishtail the end of the sentiment. And we'll let that set up for a second while I try to dig out a card base. Found one. So have you ever ordered card bases and they're always wonky? I did that. I just thought, okay, I don't have time to make a whole bunch. I'm just going to order some. I'm going to have to make them. None of them is even. None of them is the right size. I mean, you're paying extra to have more frustration. But anyway, adhering the card panel onto the card base, and I'm going to trim off the wonkiness. And our card will be done. Those colors are so fun and bright. Very, I don't know if they're Floridian or Caribbean or what they are, but they're just nice and bright. And there we have it. All right, here's the card we made together. Turned out really cute. Love those colors. And so, let's see. We use the Taylor Expressions cloud die, or cloud stencil, for the background. The sentiment is from the Plain Amazing stamp set for Concord and 9th, and it's Bon Voyage. And then for the pink circle, I used my Dynamics circle dies from MFT. The scallops were from Lawn Fawn. And then to get this really cute border right here, I used the stitched scallop slim lines, and I used the smallest one. So it was just the perfect size. It's about 1.25 inches wide. And then I made that little strip of cardstock that went in there. So this worked out great. And just trimmed the top and the bottom off. But the piece de resistance is the Summer Accessories die set. So this has all the fun beach things. It's got the flip-flops, the hat, the tote, the umbrella, and the surfboard, plus the accents, the leaves and the flowers. So you can do a lot with this, and it is designed to go with the vintage truck, and that is a absolutely adorable die set that I don't own, but it's a truck and it's the side view, so all of this is sticking out the back and you can see the side view. So you can do more with it. It's a longer card. It's not, although I do enjoy the back views of trucks, that side view really is very helpful. It allows you to do more. So thank you so much for joining us. This was Sketch Challenge number 2 for Pixi Dust Designs. And please join us and share with us what you've created. I can't wait to see what you make. Take care. Bye-bye.